Hi, this is Sally's Book Club. Tune in daily for great books, bringing you the best from around the globe. Hey everyone, I'm Hu Yuhan, host of the premium podcast Luxury Master Class. Today I'm introducing Coco Chanel, The Legend and the Life by renowned British biographer Justine Picardy. Coco Chanel founded the iconic luxury brand Chanel. In our era, surrounded by luxury's allure, this name has become shrouded in mystique, a true fashion legend. Yet Chanel's life remains controversial. Some admire her independence, others criticize her social climbing, some call her selfish, while others praise her generosity. Some condemn her Nazi ties, others empathize with her longing for love. These debates about Chanel never faded even after her passing. Chanel's fashion shows remain highlights of international fashion weeks. Her words keep getting quoted, her iconic style continuously reinvented through decades. As a journalist covering European finance in France, I frequently interact with major luxury conglomerates. This gives me access to their annual reports, marketing strategies, and global product line adjustments. But only at exclusive private events do we get to meet founding families or inheritors of these brands. During these rare conversations, I kept hearing Coco Chanel and her inner circle mentioned, making me wonder what kind of woman truly stands at the origin of this luxury empire. That's why I discovered this book. Commissioned by Chanel for her 128th birthday, this official biography was nominated for the UK National Book Awards. Picardy, both a fashion biographer and British Vogue columnist, created this through rigorous research, unlike previous biographies based on friends' accounts. As fellow journalists, I recognize her thorough fieldwork and cross-verification in these pages. You'll feel an intimate connection with Chanel herself while reading, completely different from her mythical, untouchable image. Before we read this book together, let's consider what truly fueled Coco Chanel's legendary journey. Was it the turbulent wartime creating heroes, her rebellion against fate longing for love, or the loneliness she avoided yet never escaped? Our exploration will have two parts. First, witnessing Chanel's life journey, then sharing my most fascinating discoveries. This 20-chapter biography traces Chanel's path from 19th century French poorhouse to creating a fashion empire through elite connections, reshaping entire eras with her designs. Yet, her legacy faced turbulence. Wartime controversies followed by post-war American adoration. Readers naturally ask, how did this humble-born woman enter high society? Win aristocratic lovers, captivate both genders. What does Chanel's brand truly represent? Let's objectively retrace Chanel's life to uncover these four mysteries. Ruined to August the 19th, 1883. Chanel's birth in a Loire Valley poorhouse run by nuns to parents peddling buttons in street markets. The second illegitimate child of unmarried parents. Her father missed her birth, later nicknaming her Little Coco. In 19th century France, illegitimacy carried stigma after her mother's death. Her father abandoned Chanel and sisters at Aubazine Abbey. Chanel's childhood there was harsh. She described years under crosses shadows, yet mastered sewing, her future weapon for building empires. At 18, sent to Moulins convent school as seamstress, performing for cavalry officers as Coco in music halls. Here came her first life-turn meeting officer Etienne Balsan through performances. Regardless of love, she boldly followed him to Chateau de Royallieu near Paris. This former royal hunting lodge became playground for horses, entertainment, and beauties. Here, Chanel climbed society's ladder for 6 years, observing Cinderella-like courtesans navigating aristocracy. At Royallieu, Chanel met Balson's friend, her second benefactor and greatest love, Boy Capel. Their romance became Chanel's most pivotal transition from kept woman to successful entrepreneur. Chanel was captivated by his English charm, composed demeanor, and striking green eyes. Their silent first encounter occurred during his horseback rides on majestic stallions. When learning of his Paris departure, Chanel directly inquired about his train schedule. With that single question, she decisively went to the station. She boarded his train against initial objections, joining his entourage of lovers. Boy Capel possessed the gentle authority of men who truly understood women. This understanding bred romantic generosity that prevented monogamy. For Chanel, this meant accepting his infidelity, emotionally and financially dependent. This imbalance frequently drove her to furious desperation. She secretly ruined his clothes through destructive alterations. These modified menswear pieces became foundational for her fashion empire. With financial backing from Capel and Balson, she launched her hat business. She sourced simple hats from Galeries Lafayette, transforming them with menaced ribbon accents. Even in fashionable Paris, she wore these modest hats like a convent schoolgirl. Her artless grace in simple white dresses unsettled competitors. High society women and designers flocked to her shop, simultaneously threatened and captivated by her menaced elegance. Admirers confessed, "I came to see you." Chanel naturally commanded attention wherever she appeared. With Capel's support, she expanded into clothing while maintaining her signature style. Inspired by his sportswear, she created boyish knit, devoid of frills. These simple designs liberated women from corsets, launching her career with practical cardigans. This aesthetic completely revolutionized the tradition of body shaping through restrictive corsetry. Remarkably, Chanel's sales surged during WWI. Her simple cardigans, straight skirts, and sailor tops became wartime fashion essentials. Despite the turbulent push and pull with Capel, Chanel achieved ultimate financial and emotional independence. Capel once lamented, "I thought I gave you a plaything, but I gave you freedom." Her iconic little black dress and Chanel No. 5 became manifestos of selfhood over convention through monochrome and signature scent. Missy Assert, her confidant and Parisian art world muse, became another pivotal figure. They met at a dinner during Capel's infidelity, when Chanel's Cambon hat boutique was already thriving. Misia was instantly captivated by Chanel's chestnut hair and innate elegance visiting her boutique next morning. Their intense bond evolved into lifelong friendship, blending admiration, rivalry, and complex affection. Chanel declared, "She's my only friend," admiring Messia's joyful resilience through adversity. After Capel's fatal car crash, Messia introduced poet Pierre Reverdy, helping Chanel heal Mao. Chanel then embraced Russian influences through lovers and friends who inspired Slavic design elements. Her decadalong romance with Duke of Westminster brought British aristocratic connections and business advantages. As mistress of Eton Hall, she blended English tradition with French chic in designs. At her peak, she popularized white evening gowns along French Riviera during Depreciera austerity. Hollywood collaborations followed, though her costume designs faced mixed reception. Post-Hollywood, she pioneered costume jewelry trends during 1920s economic turmoil. WWII controversies emerged from her Nazi officer liaison and Vichy regime connections. Post-WWII controversies peaked when she exploited anti-Semitic laws to expel Jewish business partners. French media rejected her post-war comeback, with her first collection receiving scathing reviews. But America rediscovered Chanel as a 20th century icon, with Hollywood stars and socialites clamoring for her designs. Marilyn Monroe's legendary quote cemented her status. "I wear nothing but Chanel No. 5 to bed." American demand drove product expansions. The iconic 2.55 quilted bag and 1,957 Toitone slingbacks. In later years, Chanel returned to design work, kneeling to cut fabrics until her final days. Her last words at Ritz Paris Suite maintained defiance. "I'm not dead, I'm sleeping." Picardy's authorized biography objectively compares accounts while avoiding sensitive controversies. The narrative tactfully addresses wartime actions touching France's national shame, humanizing the legend. Ultimately stripping away mythology, it reveals the self-made woman who redefined femininity through self-determination.